it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. We are an orthodontic support consultancy company. What does that mean? That means we help general and pediatric dentists and new grad orthodontists launch and scale orthodontics in their practice, primarily from a clinical standpoint. We can help you select cases, optimize cases, idealize cases. It doesn't matter if it's Invisalign, another brand of clear aligners, braces cases, phase 1 airway growth modification cases. There's a few types of cases we don't do, and I definitely recommend that you go to our FAQ section in our website, Straightsmile Solutions. Take a look at the few one-offs that we don't work with, but for the most part we do. If you have any questions about this, I'm going to go over this in high level today, and it's actually pretty much the same as it was last year, just a few tweaks. We did not raise our prices yet this year, so these are actually the same prices as Q2 of last year, but they will be raised later this year. So let me go over a little bit about how that works. So the cool thing about Straightsmile Solutions is if you subscribe to one of our monthly services, be it the concierge, the premium, or the VIP, that your prices never, ever go up. I have doctors who are with me since 2016 when I first launched the company, and their prices are the prices I had in 2016, where actually like way lower than this, like way lower. But a promise is a promise, so they just got really lucky. And as long as they stay consistent clients who don't pause or stop, their prices will never go up for as long as my company exists. Don't know when that will be, but should be for a while. So in any case, it definitely behooves you to stay consistent and stay active in your membership. All right, so let's just high level go over the different plans here or which one's for you. And I always recommend that if you're not sure, or if you have like a one-off situation, we're super flexible. All you have to do is schedule a brief phone call with me, and it's free. We'll just kind of go over your situation specifically and find out which one works better for you. So if you don't fit neatly into one of these boxes, don't worry about it. So if you want to schedule that free call, you can just go to Straightsmile Solutions, go to contact. You're going to see a free phone call button. Go ahead and click on that. It's going to pull up a Calendly link. You can pick your date and time. Usually that's open about, I don't know, 7 to 10 days out. So if you don't see what you're looking for, check again in a few days, or you can always shoot me an email, info@straightsmilesolutions.com, and we can try to find a time that's right for you. Okay, so our most popular plans are one of two. One is the concierge and one is the Alloc Cart. So let's go over with the Alloc Cart first, because that's probably the most simple. So an Alloc Cart is what I like to say, it's like a try it plan. You have one case, you want to try it out, you want to check it out, you want to see if you know what it's like, what the experience is like, but it's not a huge financial commitment. Definitely take a look more at the page in Straightsmile Solutions with Alloc Cart. It kind of goes over it a little bit more, but this can be any type of case. You're going to go ahead, and it's just like Amazon. You're going to go to our services page. You're going to check out. Once you check out, we get an alert. Within 24 hours, we're going to reply to you back. We're going to give you a tiny bit of electronic onboarding paperwork that's required by our insurance. And if you do any of these plans, you're going to get the onboarding paperwork. That's a one-time thing to sign that. So if you did it years ago, you don't have to sign it again. And then once you do that, then we go ahead and give you some instructions. We give you a link to pick a time, just like you do with the phone calls. Once you pick your time, I send you a HIPAA compliant Zoom link, which is just for you. And we're going to meet on Zoom. So make sure you do it at a time when you have access to share your records. If it's a braces case, you want to make sure that if it's a new case, you don't have braces on yet, you want to make sure you have your initial records, which of course include your full set of intraoral and extraoral photos, your panoramic x-ray, and if it's a more challenging case with any AP changes or vertical changes, you want to make sure that you either have a CBCT slice, sagittal slice, or you have a cephalometric x-ray. If it looks like a fairly simple case, class 1, not a lot of perio, not a lot of crowding, you probably don't need that. Always happy to have it. If you're on the fence, you can always schedule it. If we feel like we need it, we'll pause it and you can finish it up later. So don't worry about that. In addition, I do want to say, if there is a case that is, we get started and after the first few minutes, we're like, whoa, this is just way too hard. For you, if we decide not to finish the session, we'll give you a credit for another session to finish within the next 60 days. So don't worry about that. You really can't lose. Also, just another one-off, if you get started on this session and you're like, this is the best thing since sliced bread, I love working with Straightsmile Solutions, what am I doing? I should just do a concierge plan. We will actually let you roll this over into that as long as you sign up, within the next few days. And we will give you, once the credit card payment processes on the concierge, we will give you a refund on the Alloc Cart. So just a little thing. If you're on the fence between this and this, totally fine to get started with this. If you love it, you have nothing to lose, right? So that's that. So yeah, so we're going to help you set up that case. Now remember, this does not include revisions and refinements. So ideally, if we optimize the case and you keep your patient on an accountability loop and keep them tight, you really shouldn't have revisions and refinements unless there's a massive treatment plan change. So this really shouldn't be a problem, but it only includes optimizing the case. And if we need more than one brief session in order to optimize the case, then the next session will be free as long as we knock them out within a few weeks. If it's like months later, that's a different story. So that's pretty much how that works in terms of treatment plan. The concierge is a little bit different. Now, I kind of recommend that all doctors start with a concierge, but I don't want you to start with a concierge unless you're ready to go all into ortho. So ideally, you've been taking a few months to collect as many records as possible and as many patients as possible, as well as photos and panoramic x-rays, so we can really hit this with the bang, because I want you to really make your money's worth. I don't know anyone who hasn't done this, who hasn't just jammed it, sold 10, 15 cases a month. I mean, it more than pays for this $14.99. And remember, these are month-to-month plans, this, and this. So you can cancel anytime, totally fine. Just remember, if the price goes up, if you resubscribe later, you'll be at the higher price, not the lower price. If you stay consistent, you'll be locked in at the lower price indefinitely, as long as the company is still around, which, as far as I know, will be for a while. God willing. So that's how that works. Now, if you're the VIP plan is pretty much similar to the concierge plan, but this is for like group practices, DSOs, stuff like that. If you do have more than one doctor or more than one location, but you feel like your ortho volume is pretty low, like the level of one doctor, one office, we're pretty flexible on that. Let's talk about it first a little bit and find out, you're going to be using one account, one account to communicate, one HIPAA kind of account to communicate. You could only have one meeting scheduled at a time. So, I mean, if there's like a lot of doctors and a lot of volume, that's not going to work for you. So we can definitely be flexible with that, but I recommend that you schedule a phone call so we can kind of work out how that works. But I would say I have a lot of doctors that have multi-doctor offices, and we started this, or multi-locations offices. And then once their volume gets high enough and they need multiple accounts and a lot more plate spinning at a time, then we move up to the VIP. And again, we can be flexible on these prices. It kind of really is customized for you. But I have worked with large DSOs before, so hence some of the big numbers that are there. And in terms of VIPs, this is kind of as available. I don't always have the bandwidth to be able to handle that, so check with me first. That's why I don't have a checkout button for this, so you'll want to ask me before you do that. So that is that. Like I said, you can cancel anytime, 30 days notice. You can pause, 30 days notice, whatever works for you. You will lose access to your HIPAA compliant account though, which is kind of a bummer if you do that, especially if you've backed everything up. So if you haven't backed everything up into your server. So just keep that in mind. It is really nice to have that account to be able to go back to, but totally up to you. The premium is probably the least common. I only have 3 premium doctors at this moment, and they're all like way older doctors. It's not for everyone. I would say it's more for international doctors, maybe, who wouldn't be doing Zoom sessions just because of the time change and stuff like that. And it is not for aligner cases. It is only for braces and phase 1 cases. It's just not possible to do this all electronically, all through a portal. It does not include direct logins to anything. So you'll just be uploading your photos saying what wires to use, or how many more turns on this expander, and then we reply only 10 cases per month. So just keep that in mind. I would not sign up for this unless you're sure that you're a good fit. I've had a couple doctors who signed up for this, and then I was like, that is not what this is for. So if you've got aligner cases, it needs to be this or this. And it's always possible, theoretically, to do a combination. I have had some doctors who've done premium, and occasionally they'll do an Alloc Cart. The other cool thing about Alloc Cart is that you can bundle them if I have some doctors who want to purchase 10 at a time, just because they don't have enough cases to do this in a month. But as long as you purchase a bunch of these at a time, you have up to a year to use them. So if you purchase 10 at a time, then you get a 20% discount. You purchase 5 at a time, you get a 10% discount. So you have a whole year to finish them. So they just have a credit. So if that works for you, we can do that as well. So take a look also over here. I kind of go over what's included and what's not. I think I verbally went over that mostly. But yeah, for most people, it's either going to be concierge or a la carte. You can always start with a la carte, flip it into concierge, and get a refund on that as long as you sign up for concierge within a few days. Hopefully that helps. I'm super excited to talk to you. If you have any questions, the initial phone call is free. You can just go to Straightsmile Solutions, go to contact us, click on free phone call, and we'll be glad to chat with you a little bit. All right, thanks so much. Hope to see you soon.